Long ago, 1,000 years ago, a clan of dragons ruled the magical beasts, and that dragon, who stood above all others in the hierarchy, was called the demon god. No one dared to oppose him, and all the magical races were forced to only kneel before the strongest. The demon god had exorbitant ambitions and wreaked havoc everywhere. He himself led his own army of magical beasts, which easily took over the human world. The demon god's greed knew no limit. He sought to plunge every part of the universe into endless darkness, sparing absolutely no one. It was at this moment, right in the face of death, humanity has fully revealed its potential. At the dawn of the awakening of spiritual power, a select few gained the ability to control magical beasts. These chosen ones, capable of controlling magical beasts, were later called beast tamers. Beast tamers used magical beasts as riders as well. Not only could they be riders, but they could also use the power of the magical beasts. After one of the beast tamers attacked a magical beast, a message came in. A magical beast descended over the northern neighborhood of the city. In the same instant, the report was updated to say that a magical monster had fallen into a residential neighborhood and emergency assistance was urgently needed. A magical beast couldn't leave one indifferent, especially when you first see a dragon in front of you, and even so close. Xiao Xingyu, a third grader at Xiangnan High School, didn't need to imagine what the dragon looked like as it fell right in front of him. Xiao Xingyu was so scared because who was he in front of such a gigantic magical beast? And at the same time, blood splatters were flying towards him. As he fell to the ground, he heard a voice from nowhere. The voice said that at the beginning of this catastrophe, when heaven and earth were not yet separated, he had made a pact. He sealed it with his blood and summoned the spirits of the void. He decided that blood would be his payment and words would be his bond, and then bade them listen to his command. And following that, an attack from the magical beast that was under the control of Beast Tamer followed again. After the attack, Beast Tamer confirms that the magical beast is dead. Also, noticing Xiao Xingyu rubbing his eyes from the bright light and sparks around him, Beast Tamer reported that there were survivors and that no one was injured. Opening his eyes, Xiao Xingyu noticed a giant lion in front of him, as well as a beautiful girl who was apologizing for the inconvenience. The girl's name was Su Ruyan, and she was the principal of Qinglong Academy. Su Ruyan held out a paper or check to him and informed him that Qinglong Academy would compensate for the damage caused to Xiao Xingyu's house, and that they would pay the compensation. Two more beast tamers flew up to Su Ruyan on their magical beasts. After that, Su Ruyan said goodbye to the guy. This was Xiao Xingyu's first encounter with the famous beast tamers. In this world, everyone dreams of becoming a beast tamer. Xiao Xingyu was no exception. He only needed one chance. However, not everything in this world can be obtained just because you want it. Xiao Xingyu didn't even have the money to buy a beast, and without one, he wouldn't be able to pass the National Beast Tamer exam. At this moment, while the guy was still in his dreams, a small dog appeared out of nowhere. The dog immediately started licking the guy, who was not particularly pleased with this action. Xiao Xingyu began to scold. Had the dog been following the dragon all this time? The guy didn't understand where the dog even came from in his apartment. However, the guy who has no money but has a dream immediately became curious if the dog could be tamed. After looking at the dog, he remembered something. As in the textbooks, mentioned a creature that was similar to a dog, and his name was Gale Hound. The Gale Hound had a weak bloodline and didn't require much spiritual power. Therefore, the guy thought that he could feed the dog. Xiao Xingyu was even happy that now he had a beast after all and could become a beast tamer. Despite all this, he was still sad because the national exam was only 3 days away, and he would hardly have time to prepare. Trying to push away all the anxious thoughts, he was still happy that he finally had a magical beast. The next day, the first thing Xiao Xingyu did was head to the Beast Tamer's store that was located in their city of Qingfeng. Looking at the store's signboard, Xiao Xingyu even thought that perhaps the best solution would be to give the magical beast to someone who could take care of it. The guy realized that the Gale Hound had no future with such a poor owner. Even such a small dog had eaten his week's worth of food in just one night. The shopkeeper finally peeked out of the store. He asked why the guy decided to come to him so early. Xiao Xingyu immediately asked the shopkeeper about buying his beast. However, the shopkeeper immediately refused. He didn't need a Gale Hound. After all, it was a beast with such a low pedigree and no evolutionary path. The man didn't understand the point of the offer at all, as no one would buy a Gale Hound. Therefore, the shopkeeper demanded that Xiao Xingyu should leave and not disturb his work. All this shouting from the man scared the dog. Xiao Xingyu only resented that there was no need to shout if the man didn't want to take the dog. Suddenly, a system window appeared in front of the guy. In front of him was a gale hound. The level was Initial Stage, Tier 1, Loyalty 59, Bloodline Inferior, Hidden Bloodline, Hell Bloodline, Epic Quality. No talents. Hidden Talent, Hellfire, deals true damage, bypassing enemy armor. No evolution paths. Hidden Evolution Path, Gale Hound, Hell Gale Wolf, Hell Nether Wolf, Divine Infernal Wolf. Xiao Xingyu thought that he must have been too tired, and he had dreamed up all sorts of things. He could see no other explanation as to why some system window had appeared in front of him. After carefully wiping his eyes with his hand, he opened his eyes and the system window was still in front of his eyes. From everything written, Xiao Xingyu was interested in the hidden path of evolution. However, the shopkeeper still yelled at Xiao Xingyu. He thought that Xiao Xingyu was mocking him since the Gale Hound did not have any path of evolution. Xiao Xingyu didn't understand if the shopkeeper couldn't see the system window that was in front of him, and if the system window was only accessible to Xiao Xingyu. An arrogant and rich upstart is bound to appear. Such a person appeared in front of Xiao Xingyu. His name was Sujie. He was also in the 3rd grade of Jiangnan High School. He was the son of the richest man in Qingfeng City. He had a haughty expression on his face, immediately noticed Xiao Xingyu. He recalled that Xiao Xingyu never dared to take the exam because he didn't have a magic beast. Looking at the Gale Hound, he noticed that Xiao Xingyu seemed to be able to accumulate a few coins to acquire it. However, Xiao Xingyu immediately removes the dog from Sujie's gaze. The guy makes fun of Xiao Xingyu. He even remarks that it looks like Lina was right, and Xiao Xingyu doesn't want to take the Beast Tamer exam at all. Suji continues to taunt the guy that he still wouldn't pass the exam, even if he wanted to so badly. Xiao Xingyu flinched at the mention of Lina, then Suja continued to mock him. After all, Xiao Xingyu's girlfriend had now become his ex-girlfriend. Jiang Lina is now dating Suja. As if confirming these words, Lina appears and grabs the guy's hand and wonders where he disappeared to. She could barely find him. Suja says that he just noticed an old acquaintance of the girl and decided to greet him. Lina asks Suja not to joke around. After all, she broke off her relationship with Xiao Xingyu a long time ago. Lina doesn't understand at all why she should care about some loser's opinion when she's dating such a rich guy. Xiao Xingyu is also carrying around some mongrel dog. To Lina, he seems incredibly pathetic. However, Xiao Xingyu does not lose heart. He reminds her that he was the one who helped Jiang Lina when she was at the bottom, but he does not care and let the girl continue to waste her life with such a rich jerk. Unfortunately, many people take a good attitude towards them as weakness and take advantage of it. Xiao Xingyu asks that Jiang Lina should remember that he was the one who dumped her. Suja is furious when he hears these words. He is annoyed that Xiao Xingyu is talking to his girlfriend like that. Suja even swears that he will wipe Xiao Xingyu into powder. Jiang Lina, on the other hand, in her corrupt manner, asks that Suji ignore a loser like Xiao Xingyu and that she should have broken up with him earlier. Xiao Xingyu was tired of hearing that the Gale Hound was useless. He couldn't wait to find out what was in store for him next, because he had no hope before, and with the appearance of the dog, his life took on an interesting color. 3 days later, in Zilin Square, the National Beast Tamer exam was announced. The examination center in Qingfeng City welcomed the candidates and asked them to take their seats. The test was about to start, and Xiao Xingyu didn't want to be late and no longer tried to escape. The other candidates also noticed Xiao Xingyu, only they didn't understand why the guy showed up for the exam since the guy didn't have a magical beast. The other candidate also knew about it since Xiao Xingyu couldn't buy a magic beast. However, he heard that Xiao Xingyu had signed up for the exam 3 days ago, and that Xiao Xingyu had applied to Qinglong Academy. The guy was shocked to hear such a thing. After all, Qinglong Academy is the best of the 4 academies. The other candidate was also surprised. He didn't understand how a loser like Xiao Xingyu dared to take such a step. Approaching the table with the magic ball and the examiner who placed his feet on the table, Xiao Xingyu gathered his resolve and said hello to the examiner. He announced that he was here for the exam. The man took off his hat and looked at Xiao Xingyu. He immediately asked, "Is the guy Xiao Xingyu?" It was Chen Qinian, the teacher of the admissions office of Qinglong Academy in Qingfeng City. Xiao Xingyu confirmed that it was him, and also said that he would like to take the Beast Tamer exam. Recalling the guy's dossier, Chen Qinian also recalled that Xiao Xingyu was the only student in Qingfeng City who had applied to Qinglong Academy. The arrogant upstart Suje did not stand aside and came to properly ridicule the guy. Suje believes that Xiao Xingyu has become too brazen and sees no boundaries. Suji recalls that in the past 5 years, only 8 students from their city have applied to Qinglong Academy. But none of those students who applied could pass the exam. Suja thinks Xiao Xingyu is an upstart and that he thinks he is so special. Suja is ready to kneel down and call Xiao Xingyu father if Xiao Xingyu succeeds in passing the exam. That's how much he believes that Xiao Xingyu will fail the exam. Xiao Xingyu did not stand aside. With full determination in his eyes, he tells Suji to get ready, because soon Sujie will have 2 fathers at once. Suja is still shouting after him, but Xiao Xingyu doesn't care about him anymore. Xiao Xingyu asks the teacher to start the exam. The teacher immediately decided to warn Xiao Xingyu that the selection process for Qinglong Academy is extremely strict, and the guy didn't even choose other schools in case he fails the exam for this academy. The teacher reminds him that if Xiao Xingyu fails the exam, he will no longer be able to enter Beast Tamer's Academy. The other students only continued to mock the guy because the passing score of spiritual power for Qinglong Academy is 800. They find it very funny that Xiao Xingyu hopes to get such a passing score. Especially outstanding students like them won't be able to get in, and the pitiful Xiao Xingyu thought he could get into the academy. Despite all the taunts in his direction, Xiao Xingyu is still confident in his abilities. He understands what the teacher is saying and asks him to start the exam. The teacher no longer discouraged Xiao Xingyu and started the exam. The first test is the spiritual strength test. The teacher asked Xiao Xingyu to place his hand on the magic crystal in front of him. The guy puts his hand on the crystal with all his determination. Everyone froze in anticipation, and after a moment, the teacher announced that the guy's spiritual power was 316. Everyone began to mock the guy. Suji was the very first. He scoffs that Xiao Xingyu thought he was so special. Lina also points out that Xiao Xingyu didn't even come close to the minimum threshold for a passing score. Chen Qinian was also upset, because at first he even thought that the student in front of him was quite promising. Suddenly, everyone noticed that Xiao Xingyu's spiritual power index started to change. The magic ball showed 621, but still the magic power continued to increase. After that, the ball showed 711, and then it showed a number above the minimum threshold of 802. The numbers on the ball didn't stop there, and the magic ball showed 956. The students watching this were shocked. Suja even thought that the spiritual force measuring device had simply broken. The numbers never stopped. Finally, the ball showed the number 1028. Chen Qinian was incredibly shocked by this entire moment that he had seen with his own eyes. The teacher thought that there was definitely a monster in front of him. The magic ball in front of him was about to crack, under the gazes of the shocked students. The spiritual power score was directly related to the beast tamer's potential, so it wasn't just numbers. Every 100 units of spiritual power allows one magical beast to contract with one magical beast. That's why the teacher was also shocked, because if Xiao Xingyu's number is 1028, then this guy might even become a 10-star beast tamer in the future. In the past few decades, only a few 10-star beast tamers had appeared in the Dragon Country. Chen Qinian was overjoyed that he had managed to find another genius. The teacher announced that Xiao Xingyu's final score was 1028. A year ago, the genius Yening Shuang took the exam, and she had 1030. No one expected Xiao Xingyu to be so strong, only 2 points less than Yening Shuang. Suja doesn't want to believe that the guy will become an academy student and reminds him that Qinglong Academy has 2 trials. Jiang Lina is also furious and as if she is cursing her ex-boyfriend. She is sure that Xiao Xingyu won't pass the next test for the quality of the magic beast bloodline. Chen Qinian was about to announce the start of the next test. However, a person from his group ran up to him with an important message. The guy informed him that there was actually a slight glitch in the spiritual power meter and that this candidate's final score was 1032. Chen Qinian is surprised. Turns out he is 2 points higher than Yening Shuang. Chen Qinian asks that his subordinate does not tell anyone about this. Finally, the examiner announces the start of the second test, the test for the quality of the bloodline of a magical beast. Chen Qinian requests that candidate Xiao Xingyu summon his magical beast. Using the star sign on his hand, the guy summons the Black Fang to appear in front of him. The entire space was enveloped by a devilish energy. All the students were carefully watching to see which magical beast Xiao Jingyu would summon. When the haze cleared, everyone could see that a gale hound had appeared. The students were shocked, as a gale hound was the worst choice for lineage verification. No one even in the current times had contracted a gale hound anymore. Teacher was also disappointed because besides spiritual strength, the quality of the bloodline was one of the decisive factors limiting the development of beast tamers. Teacher was well aware that the dog in front of him had a low pedigree. Chen Qinian sadly and closing his eyes was about to announce that the beast Xiao Xingyu was not suitable. However, the students noticed something, and everyone focused their attention. It seems that the galehound in front of them was not a galehound at all, since a giant magical beast appeared in front of him, and everyone knows that the galehound has no evolution. A giant hellstorm wolf appeared in front of the teacher. Did this magical beast really have a second form of evolution? Looking at Xiao Xingyu, the teacher smiled, for the guy definitely knows how to spectacularly surprise everyone. At this point, Chen Qinian concludes the exam. He announces that the test subject Xiao Xingyu has passed the academy entrance exam. The teacher congratulates Xiao Xingyu for passing the Qinglong Academy. The disgraced Su Jie and Jiang Lina with red faces couldn't believe that Xiao Xingyu was able to beat them in the results. They planned to quietly escape. However, Xiao Xingyu did not forget about them and their words. He did not understand where Suzhi and Jiang Lina were going. Is Suzhi really going to run away and not even say goodbye to his father? Suzhi angrily tells Xiao Xingyu to know his place. He is not going to kneel down and call Xiao Xingyu father. After all, the latter will not do anything to him. Xiao Xingyu is no longer that intimidated and poor guy, so he calls out Black Fang. The hellstorm wolf pressed Suzhi on his back, and he bent down on his knees under the weight of the wolf. Xiao Xingyu demanded for Suzhi to say the words he had promised. Breathing heavily and barely holding on, under the weight of the wolf's paws, Suzhi still asks for forgiveness from his new father. However, Xiao Xingyu can't have such a worthless son, so he tells Suzhi to get out. Jiang Lina is not left out either. She declares with a smile that she has actually grown very fond of Xiao Xingyu in these 2.5 years. The girl proposes to start their relationship over again. Xiao Xingyu is already a cool guy, so he tells Jiang Lina that their entire relationship is in the past and walks off into the sunset. Jiang Lina dramatically falls to her knees and asks her ex-boyfriend to forgive her and that she was wrong. She quickly changes her mind. Apparently she didn't like the upstart so much, even with Suzhi's father's money. Xiao Xingyu left the examination square. The first thing he wanted to do was to tell his sister that he had entered Qinglong Academy. He was all excited and was about to announce his success when his sister answered the phone. However, on the other side of the phone, he heard his sister's screaming and frightening voice. Immediately after that heartbreaking voice, the connection was cut off. Meanwhile, on the outskirts of Qingfeng City, at the farmer's market, monsters attacked and people were trying to escape. A woman in this turmoil was trying to find her child. Another woman cradled the frightened child against her and asked the girl not to be afraid of anything. To hide from the eyes of the monster, these people could not. The giant scorpion was able to find them very quickly. People were running from the farmer's market, but the guy had no right to do so. He pushed through the people running towards him and tried to understand what had happened in this place. All the horrors of the magical beast attack appeared before his eyes. Chaos, people running, jostling, fire, casualties, and devastation all around. But even that didn't bother the guy, as he saw that a giant scorpion was about to take his sister's life. Xiao Xingyu rushed to his sister's aid, and at the same moment a system window reappeared in front of his face. The system prompted him to use the skills available to the Hellstorm Wolf, Hell Howl, Hell Bind. Xiao Xingyu immediately agreed with the system and told Black Fang to use Hell Howl, Infernal Howl. Even though he ordered it, it didn't work for some reason. Gale Hound also looks at his master in bewilderment. While Xiao Xingyu hesitated, the huge magical beast was already about to pierce his sister with its stinger. Strongly fearing losing his sister, Xiao Xingyu remembered what had recently happened in his house. He remembered that the time the magical beast attacked, the man from Qinglong Academy had shouted something like a spell. Then he decided to try to do the same thing. And he started that at the beginning of this disaster, when heaven and earth were not yet separated. He made a pact, sealing with his blood, and summoned the spirits from the void. Gale Hound turned into a wolf and rushed forward. Blood would be his payment, and words would be his bond. Extending his hand forward in front of him, Xiao Xingyu commanded to listen to his order. When the sting is almost upon Xiao Xingyu's sister, the guy gives the order, Hell Howl. A powerful attack bursts out from his Hell Wolf and destroys the magical beast. Xiao Xingyu is still in shock, for this is the first time for him. He is surprised at how frightening Beast Tamer's strength actually is. After recovering from the shock a bit, he still remembered that his sister is still near the magical monster. He rushed to his sister, who did not let go of the little girl and continued to comfort her. Xiao Xingyu apologizes for coming so late, but he is glad that his sister is fine. His sister is worried about him. Then, without delay, he immediately brags to his sister that he has entered Qinglong Academy and that he is now also a Beast Tamer. Without waiting to be introduced, the Galehound informs himself that he is here too. When Galehound sat down on his lap to Xiao Xingyu, the latter finally introduced him as a contracted beast tamer. In front of the girl appeared a very cute-looking Hellstorm wolf, Black Fang. The residents stared at the magical monster in shock. The one who had caused so much commotion and taken so many lives was finally dead. The guy with a satisfied look confirms that the monster is gone. His sister for now and herself does not know what happened. Finally, the frightened woman found her child. She didn't run away. She kept looking for her daughter despite the danger. The woman thanks her brother and sister. The girl rushed to her mum in tears. She was so scared of that monster. And at that moment, her mum disappeared and she was even more scared. After returning the girl to her mum, the brother and sister decided to go see the defeated monster. In the remains of the monster, Xiao Xingyu found the core of the magical beast. Core level beginning. Condition for obtaining the core, killing the magical beast. Attribute, poison. Effect, +5 poison attack, experience +10. Taking the stone in his hands, Xiao Xingyu still didn't understand what kind of magical beast core was in front of him. Even though it was just an initial stage core with a poison attribute, but even the smallest core can help the Black Fang evolve, so he throws the magical core to his dog and it eats it. Xiao Xingyu then informs all the bystanders that the beast is dead, and the residents are now safe. The people surrounded Xiao Xingyu. They were happy that they were able to survive, and so they started to thank the guy. They even called him a hero. The little girl he saved also thanked him. She also wants to become a beast tamer, just like Xiao Xingyu. The guy stroked the girl's head and assured her that she will definitely succeed. At night of the same day, Xiao Xingyu never got his roof fixed, as the moon was peeking through the huge hole in the wall very well. It seems his family is not so simple, and it remains to be seen if it is a family. His sister was standing next to his sleeping brother. As she looked at his back, she noticed that the mark on his back was still active. His sister then called someone with a report that the Dragon Rune curse was still active. She reported that the seal on the Dragon King's essence was untouched. The girl didn't understand how Xiao Xingyu was able to make a contract with the magical beast then, because it didn't make any sense. The voice on the other end of the phone concluded that perhaps this was fate. The caller ordered the girl to continue to keep an eye on Xiao Xingyu. The girl accepted the order and pledged to fulfill it with all the responsibility entrusted to her. The guy does not even realize that he is alone in this world, and he really does not have a single loved one. What will Xiao Xingyu do when he learns the truth about his sister and his life? In the near future, Xiao Xingyu was already standing at the train station of Qingfeng City and waiting for his departure. He and his sister, who had also decided to go with him, had many people come to see him off. The people were so kind. One man brought a basket of salted duck eggs for Xiao Xingyu, for he had loved them so much as a child. A kind woman also brought some red envelopes where many people had put money for Xiao Xingyu. The woman asked Xiao Xingyu to cherish their gift. The guy accepted all these gifts because the locals had worked so hard for him. He waved them good-naturedly and asked the locals not to see him off, because he would definitely come back here once the vacation came. His sister also had a very good-natured look, as if what happened during the night had never happened at all. Upon entering the train, the first thing Xiao Xingyu did was offer his sister a seat. That was how they traveled. A few hours later, a warning came over the loudspeakers that magical beasts had appeared on a section of the railroad, so the train might shake. There was no shaking, however, and a voice from the speakers in the car announced that the train had successfully passed the dangerous section and would proceed on schedule. Xiao Xingyu was relieved that nothing had happened. Also, they will soon arrive in the city of Lunyin. His sister reminds the guy that his studies will start soon, so he should not relax. Everything seemed to be going well, but the moment they were relieved, the train suddenly began to shake. No one realized what had happened. Suddenly, a message came from the car speakers for the passengers to get ready. Magical beasts appeared ahead of the train, a pack of three-eyed giant monkeys. A voice from the loudspeaker warned the passengers to be careful and to take care of their lives and property. The passengers began to panic. One passenger was shocked when the conversation mentioned magical beasts. Another passenger was also greatly surprised, for they had been told before that they were safely through the most dangerous section. Suddenly, powerful blows began to resound on the roof of the train car. Xiao Xingyu didn't understand what they had to do now. The other passengers waited for someone to deal with this attack. However, before anyone could come to the rescue, one of the monkeys tore through the roof lining. One of the passengers yells for everyone to run away. When the girl wanted to react already, Xiao Xingyu asked her to the contrary to sit here and not go anywhere. The sister doesn't understand what her brother is going to do. The sister falls on her knees and asks her brother to stop. However, Xiao Xingyu can't do that because an angry monkey has decided to attack him. Before Xiao Xingyu could react in any way, a magical beast appeared right in front of the monkey and hit the monkey with its tail. The mistress of the magical beast resented the fact that the guy was just standing there looking at the monkey. Therefore, the girl orders Xiao Xingyu to step aside if he doesn't want to die. This girl's name is Qin Yanran. Qin Yanran is the daughter of the head of the famous Sky Guild. The girl powerfully swung her spear, and then with a swing of her spear, the girl used Thunder Flash. With this attack, the fox once again rushed towards the monkey. Xiao Xingyu was shocked when he saw this girl in front of him, for he seemed to have realized who she was. Based on the system, the girl had a beast, the three-tailed Thunder Fox. Level, Extraordinary Tier 3. Attributes, Thunder Fox, Epic. Path of Evolution, Three-tailed Thunder Fox, Four-tailed Thunder Fox, Five-tailed Thunder Fox, Nine-tailed Thunder Fox. Hidden Path of Evolution, Three-tailed Thunder Fox, Shadow Red Lightning Fox, Scarlet Lightning Fox. Skills, Tail Strike. Simultaneously strikes an enemy with three tails, dealing an electric shock with the effects of paralysis and stun for 1 second. Thunder Flash, dodge an enemy's attack and deal lightning damage. Putting all the information together and seeing the three-tailed Thunder Fox, the guy analyzed the spear and the magical beast and realized that the person in front of him seemed to be Qin Yanran, the daughter of the head of the Sky Guild. The girl belligerently and victoriously announced that the beast tamer was already here, which meant that everyone was saved. Only Xiao Xingyu, being a walking encyclopedia, is not at all sure that everyone is saved and is not relieved. And for good reason, as soon another monkey breaks through the roof of the train car and makes its way inside. Xiao Xingyu also recommends that everyone leave the wagon as soon as possible. Xiao Xingyu knows very well that three-eyed giant monkeys live in a pack, so he couldn't believe that just one monkey could attack the train. There was no other choice, so Xiao Xingyu decides to summon his Black Fang to help Qin Yanran deal with the monkeys. Qin Yanran finally dealt with one of the monkeys and was very indignant that there were too many of them. It seems Qin Yanran got too caught up in her thoughts and didn't notice when she was attacked from behind by two giant monkeys. However, the glorious hero is already here. Xiao Xingyu uses the Black Fang and its ability, the Hell's Bond. Huge chains appeared from the dog's mouth and bound the monkeys. Xiao Xingyu even scoffs that they are not as frisky now. Qin Yanran absolutely did not expect that the guy she protected earlier would also turn out to be a beast tamer. Qin Yanran takes her fox in her arms and thanks the guy for his help. Xiao Xingyu remarks that there is no need for thanks, as any beast tamer would have done the same thing. But suddenly something caught Xiao Xingyu's attention and absolutely dumbfounded him. The system showed that the three-tailed fox was depressed, lethargic. The fox had post-traumatic stress disorder. To cure this ailment, the system suggested to crush anemone flower, pour boiling water, add thunder element catalyst, then add the magical core of the water element beast dissolved in water. Xiao Xingyu seems to be a naive fool, so he immediately tries to help the girl. He asks Qin Yanran if her fox has recently become too active during battles and then very lethargic afterward, and if it sometimes maims itself. Qin Yanran is shocked. She doesn't understand how the guy knows this. Xiao Xingyu immediately admits that the fox has post-traumatic stress disorder. He supposedly read about it in the Magical Beast Disease Handbook, and that three-tailed thunder foxes most often suffer from this very thing. Xiao Xingyu at least here decided to lie because he couldn't admit that he was actually just seeing all the information about the girl's beast. The girl is glad that she finally found out why her Xiao Xiao hasn't been smiling much lately. Upon her arrival, she wants to get busy treating the fox. And in a burst of joy, Qin Yanran slaps the guy's back. Qin Yanran embraces Xiao Xingyu and declares that he will be her little brother from now on. At this time, Xiao Xingyu's sister is watching all these events and seems to be extremely unhappy. It looks like the sister will reprimand Xiao Xingyu when they arrive. Xiao Xingyu forgot about his sister when he met his new sister. Long live the battle of who will be the best sister. Since Xiao Xingyu's sister didn't stand silently watching, she decided to intervene. The girl put her arm around Xiao Xingyu and declared that she was his sister. Qin Yanran is also not a timid girl, so without feeling awkward at all, she hugged Xiao Xingyu from the other side. She believes that Xiao Xingyu will be her named brother from now on. Xiao Xingyu himself seemed to let the situation go. Each of the girls was unwilling to give in to the other and pulled Xiao Xingyu in their direction. Xiao Xingyu felt that the girls could tear him in two. This was how they arrived at the academy. After a while, the central square of the Azure Dragon Academy, or Qingfeng Academy. All freshmen gathered for the traditional freshman welcome. The Dean of Azure Dragon Academy, Lin Kang, welcomed the incoming freshmen. Next to him was the Vice Dean, Wang Dongsheng. Xiao Xingyu, as a freshman, was also listening to this speech of the dean of all the freshmen, to be patient and wait for the principal. During the dean's speech, Xiao Xingyu remembers how he said goodbye to his sister Qin Yanran and how his sister was not happy. And just like that, he finally reached the academy. A huge lion suddenly appeared, which looked suspiciously familiar to Xiao Xingyu. The other students also noted the purple fire lion and realized that Principal Su Ruyan had arrived. All eyes turned to the arriving Su Ruyan. The boys escorted the girl with admiring glances. Finally, the headmaster arrived at the right place and set down her purple fire lion. And when she got down from the lion, the dean asked her to say a few words for the freshmen and handed over the microphone. Only at this moment did Xiao Xinyu finally notice that the woman in front of him was the same woman who had defeated the Shadow Dragon. He didn't expect that she would turn out to be the headmaster of the Azure Dragon Academy. It's worth recalling that it was us, the readers, who were told by the author of the story that Su Ruyan is the headmaster and gave her name. Su Ruyan didn't say her name or position to Xiao Xingyu. Su Ruyan took the microphone from the dean and congratulated everyone for joining the academy. However, she wanted to remind all the students of one thing. Su Ruyan's tone and gaze changed to a stern one. It didn't matter to her whether a student was from a noble family or a poor one. The most important thing for Su Ruyan was that in Azure Dragon Academy, everyone must obey her rules, and especially the 8th rule. The freshmen were in a hurry to understand and asked others what this rule was, but no one knew it. Then Su Ruyan herself delivered the 8th rule to the students. If there is a conflict between students, it should be resolved through a duel in the arena, regardless of who is right or wrong. The loser must apologize to the winner. Xiao Xingyu immediately realized that the 8th rule may seem harsh, but it actually prevents the scions of noble families from using their power and oppressing the weak. After all, thanks to the 8th rule, even ordinary students can defend their honor with their own strength. After 2 hours, Xiao Xingyu seems to have already had his first conflict, but he had just entered the academy, and it had only been 2 hours since the admission ceremony. One student seemed to recognize the guy, and that he was the same Xiao Xingyu. He couldn't believe that they were in the same class. It turned out that Xiao Xingyu had already gained fame amongst the students as a monster with spiritual power, almost the same as senior disciple Ye Ningxuang. However, the further development of this moment was interrupted as Chen Qinian entered the classroom and told all the students to take their seats as class was starting. The guy didn't seem to be looking for trouble after all, as he greeted Xiao Xingyu, calling him his brother, and said that he would follow him. Chen Qinian didn't let this go unnoticed and asked for the audience to be quiet. Chen Qinian greeted the students and said that he would be their mentor from now on. He hoped that his students would achieve a lot in the Azure Dragon Academy. After that, he asked the students to open the first chapter of the Beast Illustrated Guide and considered that they would start with the theoretical part. Chen Qinian gave the students a lecture and narrated many things. The strength of a magical beast is determined by 2 factors. The first factor is the form of the beast. Currently, the following stages from the lowest to the highest are known: initial form, mature form, full form, transcendent form, and also the highest is the form of the king of beasts. The second factor was the quality of the bloodline of the magical beast. According to the records, the bloodlines of magical beasts are categorized from the lowest to the highest. Beasts of higher bloodline can suppress those with weaker bloodline. In addition, the attributes of magical beasts can suppress and interact on each other. For example, the 5 most common ones were metal, wood, water, fire, and earth. The principle was as follows. Wood suppresses earth, earth suppresses water, water suppresses fire, fire suppresses metal, and metal suppresses wood. Based on these 5 basic attributes, other attributes could appear, such as sand or lightning. But that was a topic for the next class. Time passed and the lecture continued, but Xiaoxing Yu didn't seem to be used to such classes, so he fell asleep safely. Chen Qinian couldn't stand it anymore, so he threw a piece of chalk at Xiaoxing Yu and told him to get up immediately. The sleepy Xiaoxing Yu got up from his chair. Chen Qinian came to be furious about this. He is surprised at such boldness of a guy who decided to sleep through his lecture. Chen Qinian then decides to ask Xiaoxing Yu what the demonic lizard's weakness is. Chen Qinian is too furious, so he demands the guy to answer his question, and if Xiaoxing Yu can't answer, then let him pack his things and get out. Chen Qinian had definitely messed with the wrong person, because the walking encyclopedia Xiaoxing Yu immediately answered the question that it was a bag of poison under its belly. Chen Qinian didn't stop there and asked for an answer to the question. What area does the ice crocodile usually live in? But Xiaoxing Yu knows the answer to this question as well. The ice crocodile lives in the southern part of the Dragon Country, in the Shuangjiang Lake area, and at the Kunlun subglacial waterfalls. Even the other students are already shocked that Xiaoxing Yu knows the answer to this question. Chen Qinian was not going to give in to the brash youngster and decided to keep testing him. He wondered what Xiaoxing Yu would do if he encountered a heaven-tearing demonic tiger in the wilderness. Xiaoxing Yu then decides that he will clamp his identification badge in his teeth and hide somewhere in the shadows. Here, not only the other students anymore, even the teacher himself didn't understand why Xiaoxing Yu would do that. Then Xiaoxing Yu decided to explain that he would do so because the heaven-tearing demonic tiger was a magical creature at the Beast King stage, a mutated species that only a beast tamer of at least 6-star level could fight against. And if rookie beast tamers like himself were to encounter a heaven-tearing demonic tiger in the wilderness, the only option would be to prepare to die. That's why Xiaoxing Yu chooses as the best option that he would take the identification badge in his teeth so that his relatives could identify his body later, and he would also plan to lie down somewhere in the shade to prevent the tissue from decomposing too quickly. Chen Qinian accepts this answer. He is thrilled that a newly enrolled student is already aware of this knowledge. The teacher wonders how Xiaoxing Yu answered these questions, as Chen Qinian asked questions from the following editions. Then Xiaoxing Yu shows 3 books at once and tells him that it's because he has already read them. The other students are shocked. How can they keep up with such a student? Some students didn't understand where such a prodigy came from. Chen Qinian told the class to engage in self-study, and he himself asked Xiaoxing Yu to go along with him. As soon as Xiaoxing Yu walked out of the classroom with the teacher, he immediately began to apologize to the teacher. Xiaoxing Yu promised the teacher that he would not sleep in class anymore. However, Chen Qinian stops him and says that this is not the point. The point is that Xiaoxing Yu has already learned the theory course. Xiaoxing Yu decides to praise Chen Qinian for this, because the latter is an excellent expert, and that's the only reason why Xiaoxing Yu was able to learn the material so quickly. Chen Qinian is not the kind of teacher who needs flattery, so his boyfriend's behavior annoys him. Chen Qinian recommends that Xiaoxing Yu move on to more advanced material since he has already learned all the theory. Chen Qinian is a responsible teacher, so he somehow hustled too quickly and issued Xiaoxing Yu a pass for the Azure Dragon Academy's library. Using this pass, Xiaoxing Yu will be able to freely visit the library and borrow books for free. The boy was shocked by his teacher's action because Xiaoxing Yu was penniless and this pass was like a golden ticket for him. Chen Qinian patted Xiaoxing Yu's shoulder and wished him success, because the teacher has nothing else to teach such a capable student. Xiaoxing Yu took his teacher's advice and proceeded to the library of the Azure Dragon Academy. The library inside was majestic and beautiful. Xiaoxing Yu took some books from the shelves and sat on the floor, trying to acquire new knowledge. However, he couldn't enjoy reading for long. Suddenly, Wang Yan, the son of Wang Dongsheng, the vice dean, came into the library. He came along with his minions. As soon as Wang Yan entered the library, he immediately informed all the other visitors that the library belonged to him for today. He commanded all the guys to leave the library immediately. The guys who were in the library immediately ran away from the library, except that there were not only guys in the library, but also girls. However, Wang Yan asked the girls to stay because he wanted to study with them. The girls shook with fear when they realized what was waiting for them. They started begging Wang Yan to let them go too. Xiao Xingyu was fed up with all the cries, so he commanded the guy to shut up already. Xiao Xingyu then closed the book and threw it directly at Wang Yan's head. The enraged Wang Yan turned around to see who dared to do this. But Wang Yan's henchman immediately pointed out Xiao Xingyu and that the guy clearly doesn't know his place. Xiao Xingyu thinks Wang Yan is pathetic because he bullies girls and has no conscience. Wang Yan is shocked that someone dares to cross him and that the guy thinks he is a hero in front of him. The frightened girl asks Xiao Xingyu to run away because Wang Dongsheng is the son of the vice dean in front of him, so Xiao Xingyu better not mess with this guy. Xiao Xingyu finally realized why Wang Yan is so insolent. It's all because Daddy is the vice dean. Wang Yan is even proud of this fact and glad that Xiao Xingyu realized it. Wang Yan is happy that everything is back to normal now, and now he commands Xiao Xingyu to fall on his knees and beg for forgiveness. This was definitely not in Xiao Xingyu's plans, and he was not going to let Wang Yan down for his insolent behavior, so he kicked Wang Yan between the legs with his left foot. Wang Yan immediately fell to the floor of the library and began rolling around on the floor in pain. His minions didn't know how to help their master. Shaking in pain, Wang Yan found determination and anger, reminding them of who he was. Squirming in pain, Wang Yan knows that Xiao Xingyu will not be able to deal with the consequences of what he just did. And also Wang Yan swears that he will take care of Xiao Xingyu and not let the guy leave this library alive. Wang Yan is about to show the insolent Xiao Xingyu, who is the master of Azure Dragon Academy. However, at this very moment, Principal Su Ruyan entered the library. The woman noticed how arrogant Wang Yan's tone was. She didn't realize that Wang Yan happens to be the most important person in the academy. Wang Yan is upset and surprised that Su Ruyan came to the library so quickly. Su Ruyan declares that she already knows everything. Since there is a conflict between Wang Yan and Xiao Xingyu, Su Ruyan reminds him that this conflict must be handled properly, as stated in Article 8 of the Academy's Charter. If a conflict arises between students, it should be resolved through a duel in the arena, regardless of who is right or wrong. The loser must apologize to the winner. No one has a choice, especially not the rookie Xiao Xingyu, so they move to the arena, where many students had already rushed over to take the spectator seats. No one wanted to miss this event. Wang Yan and Xiao Xingyu were about to start their duel soon. Another student was surprised that this duel took place. After all, Wang Yan's battle beast was the legendary six-legged ice leopard. Another student didn't even believe that Xiao Xingyu even had a chance to win. However, the guy who called himself Xiao Xingyu's brother still believed in him and that he was invincible. Sweat broke out on Chen Qinian's face. He hoped that Xiao Xingyu would not let them down and would be able to avoid embarrassing himself. Wang Yan and Xiao Xingyu were called to the center of the arena to shake hands, and then the announcer announced that the fight would start soon and advised the fighters to prepare for the battle. Wang Yan is already anxious to show what happens to those who dare to go against him. However, Xiao Xingyu is even now willing to resolve the conflict without a battle. For this, Wang Yan just needs to apologize. This suggestion makes Wang Yan very angry. The duel begins and Wang Yan immediately summons Ice Flame. From the summoning circle, a terrifying and frightening legendary six-legged ice leopard instantly appears. Xiao Xingyu's capillaries even seemed to burst from this as blood spurted out of his eye. Xiao Xingyu, using the system, quickly began to study the leopard. The leopard had an initial form, the first stage. The bloodline was legendary. Attributes, ice and wind. Skills, deep freeze. Any strike deals an additional blow of ice, reducing an opponent's movement and attack speed by 30%. Ice Squall summons an ice ball that explodes on impact into multiple shards that deal massive damage. Loyalty, 72. Xiao Xingyu is surprised that this magical beast has two attributes at once. Unwilling to give in, he decides it's his turn and summons Black Fang. Xiao Xingyu's brother notes that Xiao Xingyu's magical beast looks very imposing. Another student also notes that in terms of beauty, the six-legged leopard definitely loses out. Looking at Xiao Xingyu's magical beast, Su Ruyan noted that she had never seen one before. However, after taking a closer look, she thought that it looked very much like an evolved version of the Gale Hound. Su Ruyan was puzzled because it was thought that the Galehound simply had no evolutionary path. She was very curious as to how Xiao Xingyu was able to accomplish this then. Wang Yan is absolutely not intimidated by the sight of Xiao Xinyu's magical beast, so he declares that Xiao Xinyu can already start preparing his apology. Wang Yan uses Ice Flame and also uses the Freeze skill. Xiao Xingyu, on the other hand, uses his Black Fang and uses the Rushing Jerk skill. The Black Fang rushed towards the leopard while dodging the ice attacks. The magical beasts clashed, and the leopard began to crowd Black Fang rather quickly. Chen Qinian recalled that the Hellstorm Wolf was a magical beast, with the attributes of fire and wind, while the six-legged leopard had the attributes of wind and ice. Looking at the duel, Chen Qinian felt that from the looks of it, Wolf would not be able to overcome the advantage of the elements. The enraged Wang Yan vows to destroy the magical beast Xiao Xingyu. He orders Ice Flame to activate the ability Ice Barrage. Black Fang is covered in ice, and everything around him turns into a block of ice. It's like he's in an ice prison. Poor Black Fang seems to be on the verge of life and death. Wang Yan was beginning to scoff at Xiao Xinyu. He announces that Xiao Xingyu's magical beast will freeze to death very soon. The teachers who were fed up with Wang Yan's antics, as well as Principal Su Ruyan, were waiting to see what Xiao Xingyu would do at such a moment. In response, Xiao Xingyu himself is already mocking Wang Yan, who is so confident in his plan. Xiao Xingyu then calls out to his Black Fang and orders him to activate the ability Hunt in Darkness. Black Fang instantly disappears from the ice prison he was just in. Su Ruyan and Chen Qinian instantly realize that Xiao Xingyu used the darkness attribute, and then it turns out that Xiao Xingyu has as many as 3 attributes. Wang Yan was still in a panic, trying to find where Xiao Xingyu's magical beast had gone. As it turned out, Black Fang turned into a shadow, and thus was able to avoid imprisonment in the ice prison. Black Fang attacked Wang Yang from the back, but he was prevented by the 6-legged leopard, who counterattacked Black Fang. Xiao Xingyu then summoned Black Fang and decided to see what Wang Yan would show against him. Xiao Xingyu used Black Fang's ability, the Oblivion Claw. As soon as the attacks plucked from the shadows touched the leopard, it froze in place and couldn't move. Wang Yan asked Ice Flame to fight back and do something, rather than just standing there. The headmaster immediately recognized this attack, for this Oblivion Claw was a darkness attribute skill. When it hits the target, it causes paralysis for 3 seconds. Xiao Xingyu decides that it is time to end this fight. He then uses Black Fang's ability, Infernal Howl, and pierces the 6-legged leopard with this attack. The host announces that the duel is over, and also announces that Xiao Xingyu has won. Many students, especially the newcomers, are happy that Xiao Xingyu defended their honor and punished the insolent Wang Yan. Wang Yan fell to his knees and couldn't believe what had just happened. He thought he was invincible. Xiao Xingyu approached Wang Yan and also reminded him that he had lost. Since Wang Yan lost, Su Ruyan requires him to apologize to Xiao Xingyu, as written in the academy rules. Su Ruyan is serious, so there's no way to get away. He intends to stop this whole farce. Gritting his teeth and clearly not sincere, Wang Yan bowed properly and also apologized to Xiao Xingyu. Afterwards, he left the arena with great hatred, swearing that Xiao Xingyu would pay for it. Su Ruyan, meanwhile, notes that it was a great fight. She also notes that Xiao Xingyu is already the 2nd disciple who has made a good impression on her. Su Ruyan is looking forward to Xiao Xingyu's next performance, because his next performance will be at the freshman ranking tournament, and this event will be held in 3 days. All red with embarrassment, Xiao Xingyu thanks Madam Principal for the praise, but he wonders who the first student was. Then Su Ruyan confesses that it was a brilliant girl with a spiritual power level above 1,000, Ye Ning Shuang. Once again, this name popped up in a guy's life. Xiao Xingyu had heard of Ye Ning Shuang back during his entrance exam. Su Ruyan knows how to appreciate talents, so she decides to give Xiao Xingyu a spatial ring as a reward. The guy is shocked, because it's incredibly expensive and also awesome, and here he gets it so easily. You can store anything in it. The system reported that in front of Xiao Xingyu was a spatial ring, a high-tech equipment designed to store various things, including food and supplements for summoned beasts, as well as magical monster cores. Xiao Xingyu gladly accepts the ring entrusted to him as a reward, 1 ring to rule them all. Taking the ring from Principal Su Ruyan's hands, the boy once again thanks her. Leaving the Azure Dragon Academy through the gate, the boy thought about something. His sister is probably already worried about him being gone for so long. Therefore, Xiao Xingyu decides to return home as soon as possible. However, Xiao Xingyu's plans were disrupted when a girl suddenly crashed into him on the way out of the academy. The girl even had circles in her eyes from such a blow. The good-natured Xiao Xingyu first asks if the girl is all right, and she replies that she is fine. Kneeling down and stroking the girl's head, Xiao Xingyu advises her to look around next time so as not to hurt herself. The guy then asks the girl to go home, but the girl clings to the guy. She told Xiao Xingyu that she had nowhere to go, and she also asked Xiao Xingyu to shelter her. The guy was completely bewildered by what was happening. After a while, in front of us in the family dormitory, where Xiao Xingyu and his sister now lived, the sister resented that she had just arrived and saw what was going on. She was about to pull her brother back by his ears already. Did this underdog really kidnap a child? Xiao Xingyu is outraged that his sister could even think so badly of him, and he also asks that his sister give him time to explain. The sister is outraged because she doesn't understand what the guy might say and why she might have misunderstood the situation. Eventually, the sister starts to listen to her brother, and a few minutes later, Xiao Xingyu finished his story. After finishing his story, Xiao Xingyu concludes that this is what happened. It turns out that Shi Meng, that's the girl's name, is afraid of magical beasts, so she can't become a beast tamer. It turned out that poor Shi Meng regularly bullied at home, so she ran away from home. Xiao Xingyu decided to bring her to their dormitory to help the girl overcome her fear. The girl turned to Xiao Xingyu's sister with pitiful eyes. She called her sis Zhou Shui and with a pleading look asked her to stay with them since she didn't want to go back home. The sister finally gives in and allows Xu Meng to stay. However, the sister asks that Xiao Xingyu remember an important thing. Xiao Xingyu must not date a girl from the Ye family. The next day at the Azure Dragon Academy, Chen Qinian gathered the entire class outside. Xiao Xingyu was still hovering in the clouds and pondered over his sister's words that he shouldn't see the girl from the Ye family. He tried to understand why his sister suddenly brought it up. The named brother asked Xiao Xingyu what he was mumbling about and what it had to do with the Ye family. The named brother reminds Xiao Xingyu that the teacher said that in this lesson, they will be defining roles on the battlefield. So the guy wonders if Xiao Xingyu knows what it is. Xiao Xingyu apologizes for thinking about his problems at a bad time, but he quickly gives an answer if he got it right, and the guy asks him about his roles in the band. Xiao Xingyu tells him that more often than not, beast tamers act in teams and their roles and responsibilities are different. The gunner has ranged skills, which allows him to destroy enemies at a distance. The mage has well-developed mass control skills, giving him a significant advantage in team fights. The tank has strong defense and health regenerating skills. Roughly speaking, he is a shield for the rest of the team. The assassin is highly maneuverable and has the ability to take out enemies. His task is to attack those who can barely stand on their feet. And the support is famous for its reinforcing skills, which they impose on all team members, giving them a lot of positive effects. The named brother is surprised to learn about all the roles. He wonders what Xiao Xingyu thinks about which role the storm butterfly is best suited for. Oh, those teachers' favorites. Chen Qinian once again yelled at the guy, whose name is Wu Shengyu by the way. The teacher asked him to stop talking in class. Wu Shengyu immediately apologized to the teacher. Chen Qinian's tone of voice and facial expression became serious. He ordered that the students, according to their order numbers, summon their magical beasts to take the test. In this way, the teacher would determine each student's role in the group. The Minotaur-like magical beast that belonged to Songhu's disciple has a powerful defense, so the teacher assigned him the role of a tank. Next was Wu Shengyu, who was so worried about choosing a role. After looking at the storm butterfly, the teacher noted that it possessed massive skills based on the water element, so Wu Shengyu would be a mage. Finally, it was Xiao Xingyu's turn, and the teacher beckoned him to come forward. The first test was to test the attack of a magical beast. Chen Qinian asked if the student was ready, and he did not hesitate for a second to summon his trusty Black Fang, who, as always, appeared with a frightening aura. For this test, Xiao Xingyu decided to use Black Fang's ability, Hell Howl. The Black Fang directed its devastating attack towards the force meter. After the dust from such a devastating strike settled a bit, everyone could see that the meter showed a triple critical strike. And afterward, the force meter showed a simply shocking number for everyone, 6731. The rest of the students were shocked by what they saw. Triple critical impact, this is just a fantastic value for them. One of the students is sure that he can't even make 1.5 critical hits. The teacher is as surprised as the others, because usually the attack of novice beast tamers ranges between 500 and 1500. Chen Qinian didn't expect that the Hellstorm Wolf could deal over 2000 damage with a triple critical strike. While everyone else gaped their mouths in shock and didn't know how to even react to such crazy numbers, Xiao Xingyu felt that the attack test would pass and that he was suited for the role of an assassin. Xiao Xingyu wanted to finish testing himself already. However, Chen Qinian is not just called a teacher for nothing. He asks Xiao Xingyu to continue the test because he himself wants to find out what the guy's potential is. The next test was the attack range test. Xiao Xingyu once again used the Black Fang Hell Howl attack. Once again, everyone was surprised. Wu Xingyu even noted that Xiao Xingyu's attack reached almost 800 meters. Thus, Xiao Xingyu could perfectly go for the role of a gunner as well. After that was the defense test, where Xiao Xingyu once again showed a phenomenal result. The Black Fang was even able to withstand the attack of teacher Chen Qinian's ice-armored turtle. Wu Shengyu even calls Xiao Xingyu a monster. Next was the control or restraint test. Xiao Xingyu used the Hell Bonding ability, and it was perfectly capable of restraining anyone. Thus, Xiao Xingyu was perfect for the role of a mage as well. Next was the reinforcement test. According to the teacher's data analysis, any beast within 10 meters of the Hell Storm Wolf would receive a 30% increase in rage, 10% increase in attack, and 10% increase in movement speed. Wu Shengyu, like the rest of the students, can't wait to learn Xiao Xingyu's role. After all, based on the tests, any role is suitable for him, and it's hard to choose from. Chen Qinian is even a little confused, because Xiao Xingyu is so good that the teacher can't even find the right words. Chen Qinian admits that there is actually one more special role besides these 5 roles. The teacher wants to tell the name of this role, but the students will have to wait until the new chapter of the story is released. As this chapter came to an end, cut off halfway through. Chen Qinian calls the role Xiao Xingyu after all, and it's all-rounder. Wu Shengyu, like the rest of the students, doesn't understand what this role is and what it all means. They ask the teacher to tell them about this role, all-rounder. Then the teacher explains to the students that all-rounder is called Beast Tamers, whose summoned creature is equally suited for all roles. It is then that the Beast Tamers are given this role. So Chen Qinian brings up the point that Xiao Xingyu is obviously the only all-rounder in their group. All the students in his group think he's cool. They are wondering how Xiao Xingyu became so cool. Wu Shengyu is also curious. Xiao Xingyu, under all the admiring gazes of the students, only seems like a good-natured guy. Chen Qinian tried to cool the young man's ardor. He informs him that there is no need to rejoice prematurely. All-rounder are rare, but they still exist. The data of the first-year students has not been fully explored yet. But at this moment, the academy knows that Xiao Xinyu is not the only all-rounder in the academy. The teacher tells us that in the second year, there are students like Ye Ningshuang and Han Tianjun. In the third year, there are Murong Qingyang and Li Xuancheng. Having thus summarized the lesson, the teacher recommends that all the students continue to try hard. Soon, the lessons were over, and Xiao Xingyu left the academy building. He was glad that the classes were finally over. For starters, he wanted to buy some nutrient boosters for Black Fang to prepare for the rookie ranking competition. However, the guy was in for an unpleasant surprise, because his plans were disrupted by the appearance of hooligans. Xiao Xingyu inquired what the bullies wanted from him. This question to the leader of the bullies seemed strange. Had the guy not heard of the Black Tiger Guild? He and the other hooligans were already itching to beat up Xiao Xingyu. Of course, the bullies didn't choose Xiao Xingyu as their victim. They were directed to do so by Wang Yan, who couldn't bear to be defeated. He asks that the bullies not even have a conversation with Xiao Xingyu and just break the guy's nose. After all, Wang Yan wonders if Xiao Xingyu will be as cocky after that. The leader of the bullies listened to Wang Yan. In his opinion, Xiao Xingyu had himself to blame, because he had crossed young Mr. Wang. Xiao Xingyu notices that all the bullies have 3 or 4 stars on their clothes. Xiao Xingyu is angry at this injustice, because these bullies are not even ashamed to attack someone who has only 1 star. Wang Yan declares that if Xiao Xingyu doesn't like this kind of thing, he might cry. The bully leader asks Wang Yan not to worry, as he will deal with Xiao Xingyu himself. The leader of the hooligans summons the majestic Thunder Tiger, which appears as if with the sound of thunder. He sends his glowing lightning Thunder Tiger towards Xiao Xingyu. But Xiao Xingyu didn't wait and also summoned his Black Fang, who immediately attacked the Thunder Tiger. Black Fang immediately began to crowd Thunder Tiger and pinned him to the ground. The bully leader didn't expect this, as Wang Yan didn't seem to have warned him that Xiao Xingyu's beast was so strong. The bully leader is shocked, for from the looks of it, Black Fang only has a mature form. Therefore, the bully leader doesn't understand how Black Fang can resist his Thunder Tiger, which is at the full stage. The bully leader is an experienced fighter after all, so he decides to test who is the stronger of the two. Some weakling with 1 star, or the Black Tiger Guild elite with 3 and 4 stars. Just like that, the bully leader immediately discarded his words that he would deal with him himself and called on the rest of the bullies to help him. However, these were troubling times for the Black Tiger Guild, and they were shocked when someone else showed up. It turned out to be Qin Yanran, who had always wondered who would win, the Black Tiger Guild or her guild Celestial. Qin Yanran appears like a hero in shining armor and saves the guy from the bullies. Xiao Xingyu abruptly turned around and saw Qin Yanran. He remembered to call her his sister, as the girl had asked to call herself. The bully leader and his guild Black Tiger were surrounded. The Celestial Guild members surrounded them from all sides. The tone of his voice changed drastically. He was frightened. Celestial is the second guild in the ranking of beast tamers of Lunyin City. Even the Hurricane Guild, which is in first place, doesn't dare to clash with them. The leader of the bullies immediately adopted an apologetic pose. Under the questioning gazes of his supporters, he inquired what brought Miss Qin Yanran to this place. The girl is hugging the innocent Xiao Xingyu. If she hadn't been passing by, she never would have known what the much-revered Lei was going to do to her dear brother. The bully leader is surprised, for Qin Yanran is the only daughter of the head of the Qin family, and they have no other children. Then Qin Yanran explains that Xiao Xingyu is her named brother, whom she recognized. Therefore, if someone decides to offend her brother, that offender will have to deal with her first. Lei already regretted that he had gotten involved in this whole adventure without understanding. A cold sweat broke out on his face. Qin Yanran did not stop there and decided to finish the already pathetic leader of the hooligans with his words. After all, if someone offended Xiao Xingyu, he would have to deal with the entire Celestial Guild. Lei fearfully tried to find some way to escape punishment. He claimed that there was a misunderstanding. He also immediately decided to take all the attention away from himself. He pointed his finger at Wang Yan and claimed that it was all because of him. Wang Yan had hired them to cause trouble for Xiao Xingyu. Even Xiao Xingyu was surprised by the events that were happening. Wang Yan was greatly startled. He started apologizing and said that he didn't know that Xiao Xingyu was Qin Yanran's brother. Apparently at this point, Wang Yan was too scared as he peed right into his pants. Qin Yanran points out to Lei that he needs to understand what he needs to do. Smiling forcefully, Lei confirms that he understood what he had to do. After that, the Thunder Tiger Guild started beating up Wang Yan. Wang Yan was surprised that they dared to do this to him. After all, he was the one who hired them. After that, Qin Yanran took Xiao Xingyu to the Celestial Guild building. Qin Yanran asks the guy how he encountered the bullies. Xiao Xingyu confesses that he actually wanted to buy nutrient boosters for Black Fang, but Xiao Xingyu didn't expect to be so unlucky. Qin Yanran realized what he needed. She stated that if Xiao Xingyu needed such a thing, he could ask her, especially her guild, Celestial, just specializes in nutrient boosters. Qin Yanran states that if Xiao Xingyu ever needed nutrient boosters, the guy could just ask her and she would give them to him for free. Xiao Xingyu is shocked. He didn't expect his new sister to be so generous. It immediately becomes apparent to him that she is the guild leader's only and favorite daughter. After that, Qin Yanran decided to give her brother a tour of their guild. First, she showed Xiao Xingyu the training hall. The hall was equipped with the most advanced training equipment to help the beasts learn various skills as quickly as possible. Then, the sister showed her brother the relaxation area. There, beast tamers could relax after a task. There was even golf, sauna, and many other activities. The guild also had a conference room where they held meetings on important matters and made plans for future development. After that, the sister showed the medical area with the most advanced equipment and a wide range of medicines. The most important thing the guild had was that their beast tamers' doctors had the highest qualifications, providing the best services to treat injured beasts. The latter really interested the guy. Xiao Xingyu asked his sister in all seriousness if he could join her guild and become a doctor. Qin Yanran hesitated to answer. Their conversation was interrupted, however, and a sharp and emphatic refusal followed. The woman who appeared stated that it didn't matter who he was or where he came from. And did the guy really think that with his age and experience, he could get a job in their guild? The woman even found the guy's very thought of this ridiculous. That woman was Liu Yue, the deputy head of the Celestial Guild. Qin Yanran tries to smooth the edges. She informs her that this guy is the one she told her about, that he was the one who helped Qin Yanran back then on the train. She even reveals that he is her named brother. Suddenly, one of the guildmates rushes in. He runs to Liu Yue in a panic and informs her that they have just had several severely injured beasts delivered to them. As it turns out, such a huge guild is understaffed. Qin Yanran had recently told Xiao Xingyu how huge their guild was, and how they had everything, and that the most important thing they had was doctors. Liu Yue asks his subordinate to calm down and then contact the other branches and ask for their help. Liu Yue asks for Qin Yanran's help to take care of the matter. After going to the injured beasts, Liu Yue notices that time is running out and that the beasts are bleeding heavily and won't last long. Xiao Xingyu beats his palm on his chest and declares that he can help then. He asks Liu Yue not to pay attention to anything, because there is not a second to lose. The Celestial Guild branch was very turbulent today. Many magical beasts came here with serious injuries. A new patient was brought in urgently. The doctors were carrying a magical beast on a gurney to the third operating room, and the patient was bleeding heavily. That's why there were only cries to bring in spare blood bags. The guy who helped carry his magical beast on the gurney asks everyone to stand back. The guy begged for the doctors to help save his magical beast. The doctors were alarmed by this kind of situation. It's typical for the experience of doctors to fade away when the protagonist of the story is around. The doctors ran back and forth in panic. The magical beast had lost too much blood and needed to recover it as soon as possible. The clamp wasn't helping, so a doctor was demanding that a cure be prepared. Another doctor remarked that it wasn't helping, for the blood wouldn't stop. The doctors are frustrated because their methods are absolutely no help at all. Xiao Xingyu is completely different from all these ordinary people. He examines the magical beast with his almost X-ray vision from the system. It was a green-eyed mastiff. Level, mature form, 3rd stage. Loyalty, 92. Bloodline, elite. Life sings. Wound from the poison bee queen's attack, dealing poison damage and preventing healing. Xiao Xingyu immediately finds the wound and reports that the magical beast has encountered the poison bee queen. The greenish slime is a special poison that hinders regeneration. Xiao Xingyu admits that he can stop the guy's battle beast from bleeding, but he needs the guy's permission to do so. The guy panics, he has no choice in the situation, so he asks Xiao Xingyu to save the beast. Xiao Xingyu recommends mixing 1 stalk of heavenly grass with a purple crystal flower to get 20 grams of medicinal mixture. Then add the core of the magic beast, matured with the attribute of poison, and boil for 5 minutes. Other doctors notice that all these ingredients are highly toxic. They really dislike this method of treatment because it is like putting out a fire with gasoline. However, Xiao Xingyu is serious. He asks that they immediately prepare the medicine according to his prescription. Otherwise, they will just waste time and the magical beast will die. The poor guy is too desperate, so he decides to believe Xiao Xingyu. The guy tells the doctors to not stand still and do as Xiao Xingyu said. The doctors finally stopped standing still and rushed to prepare what he said. 5 minutes later, a panting doctor came running in with a bottle of medicine and announced that everything was ready. Xiao Xingyu put on gloves and opened the cap and the bottles. Then he carefully began to lubricate the magical beast's wound. Suddenly, the magical beast roared, surprising everyone there. At the same time, the wound seemed to glow, the bleeding stopped, and the healing process began. The guy who had almost lost his beast a while ago hugged it in tears. Xiao Xingyu, on the other hand, walked over to Qin Yanran and Liu Yue. He asked Liu Yue if she was satisfied with the work he had done. Liu Yue is not stupid and not too arrogant. It's not every day that genius protagonists come to her. They are mostly mediocre guys who lack experience. Liu Yak declares that the guy has demonstrated an amazing result. Liu Yue was forced to admit that she jumped to conclusions about Xiao Xingyu. Only now does Liu Yue officially invite the guy to join the guild as a special pharmacist. Xiao Xingyu gladly accepts this invitation. After all, this is what he wanted from the beginning. At the dormitory, his sister reprimands him. That is, her brother wants to say that he only stayed late because he was signing a labor contract with the Celestial Guild. Her sister couldn't believe it, but her brother said that was the case. The sister even pouted because it seemed like someone had completely forgotten about their own sister after finding some rich sister. Xiao Xingyu tries to justify himself. After all, he would never do that to his sister. Shi Meng, on the other hand, wonders what a pharmacist is. If it's something edible, Xiao Xingyu corrects her and says that it's not really about food. However, since he will now be working for the Celestial Guild, that means he will be paid well. He triumphantly stands up and announces that he will even be able to take his sister and Shi Meng to a restaurant this weekend. Shi Meng is also excited about this kind of information, as she loves to eat out. Meanwhile, Wang Yan, a total loser, lies in the hospital with a broken leg. He is angry at Xiao Xingyu and swears that he will never forget the humiliation he suffered. A father comes to visit his son. He calls his son a lowly weakling. Wang Yan can't hold back his tears. He asks for his father to help him. The father feels humiliated because his son lost to some country boy from a small town. Wang Yan has disgraced not only himself, but also his whole family by his action. Wang Yan cries and tries to justify that Xiao Xingyu had 3 attributes at once. He also points out that Xiao Xingyu has the Celestial Guild behind him, so he doesn't have a chance to take revenge on the guy either. After all, their family can't compete with the Celestial Guild. However, the father is devious. He remarks that it might happen that Xiao Xingyu will accidentally die from the clutches of a magical beast during the trials on Yunnan Mountain. Then it would have nothing to do with their family, a real villain with glasses. Soon, the vice dean's plan began to materialize as the students were sent to Yunnan Mountain. Teacher Chen Qinian, Principal Su Ruyan, and Vice Dean Wang Dongsheng were with the students. Wang Dongsheng announced that all the newly arrived students would be given another test. This test will be broadcast live on all screens at the academy. The bracelets worn by the students will record the number of magical beasts killed by each student. The bracelets will also keep a combat log. A grade of C will be given for killing 1 to 10 magical beasts. If 11 to 30 magical beasts are killed, a grade of B will be given. If someone kills between 31 and 50 magical beasts, they will receive an A grade. The luckiest and strongest, who defeat 51 to 80 magical beasts, will receive a grade of S. And finally, the strongest students who will defeat more than 80 magical beasts. Grade S+. Principal Su Ruyan also requires Vice Dean Wang Dongsheng to announce the especially gifted participants among this year's recruits before the trial begins. One of the students heard that Ye Ningshuang won the first place in the Yunnan Mountain trial last year. Wang Dongshen informed all the students that according to the entrance test results, there were 3 especially gifted students among the freshmen at once. The one in the first class was Mu Rongyang Shou. Mu Rongyang Shou is the eldest son of the Mu Rong family. Also noted in the first grade was Mu Rong Xinshin. Mu Rong Xinshin is the youngest daughter of the Mu Rong family. The other students were greatly surprised that there were 2 all-round gifted students in the first grade at once. And the third student was the third grade student, Xiao Xingyu. Xiao Xingyu wondered about the Mu Rong family. As far as Xiao Xingyu remembered, there were 4 great dynasties of beast tamers in their country: the Ye family, the Li family, the Mu Rong family, and the Shangguan family. Therefore, when he heard the Mu Rong family, he was surprised, because he had never met anyone from the 4 great dynasties before. After that, teacher Chen Qinian, Principal Su Ruyan, and Vice Dean Wang Dongsheng gathered in the broadcasting studio of the Azure Dragon Academy. A man with a mustache took the microphone and welcomed all the viewers. He was the host and commentator of this trial. His name was Yang Shu. Su Ruyan asks Wang Dongsheng his opinion about Xiao Xingyu and how much the guy can defeat the magical beasts. Wang Dongsheng is quite arrogant, and he thinks that Xiao Xingyu will defeat no more than 50 magical beasts. He even thinks that he has given an exaggerated prediction. Chen Qinian strongly disagrees with the Vice Dean's opinion and making allowance for Xiao Xingyu's talent. He thinks that the guy will defeat at least 80. Su Ruyan also disagrees with the teacher. In her opinion, Xiao Xingyu will perform a real miracle and break Ye Ningshuang's record. Meanwhile, the newcomers had already begun to enter the trial area, and the trial had officially begun. Not even half an hour later, Wang Lin, a student from the second grade, had defeated a short-tailed bear. The total number of magical beasts killed exceeded 10. Sun Tianhao from 5th grade was able to deal with 20 magical beasts already. The host was surprised that just an hour after the trial started, Mu Rongyang Shou from 1st grade had already killed 43 magical beasts. People watching the trial left comments. Someone remarked that Mu Rong's family could be proud of him. Some even wanted to marry the guy. Some wondered how strong the Mu Rong family was. The host said with unconcealed admiration that the white griffin was the only beast in this trial that had reached its full form. This beast's ability, space penetration, not only instantly shortens the distance to the target, but also enhances any attack by adding a piercing effect. Though the silver-fanged snake has exceptional regeneration abilities, it is unlucky to encounter the white griffin. After all, it would completely nullify the silver-fanged snake's regeneration. So the snake's fate was already sealed. Mu Rongyang Shou asked his white griffin to stop torturing the snake. Approaching the snake, the guy just wanted to extract the magic core and go on his way. The test statistics showed that all 3 gifted students greatly outperformed the results of the other students. However, all 3 gifted students were going toe-to-toe. Mu Rong Xinxin, 50, Mu Rongyang Shou, 49, Xiao Xingyu, 48. The host decided to leave the young master from the Mu Rong family for now and see how his sister was doing in the trial. The Mu Rong Xinxin magical beast was a bone-winged bat with a legendary bloodline. It was also the only undead beast in this trial. Her opponent was Bloodthirsty Lion, a second-stage mature magical beast with an epic bloodline. The Bloodthirsty Lion's attacks dealt 5 times the damage. It was a very strong opponent. However, after facing the bone-winged bat, even such a formidable opponent only had to accept his fate. The host knows how to get the audience excited. He states that if Mu Rong Xinxin manages to kill the Bloodthirsty Lion, the total number of defeated magical beasts will be 51. The viewers on the broadcast cheered the girl on. Some viewers even thought that she was possibly more talented than her brother. Looking at the statistics of the trial, Mu Rongyang Shou was a little surprised that his sister would still take 1st place in this trial. However, he was even more surprised when the statistics changed and someone overtook his sister. The events that happened a moment ago. Mu Rong Xinxin cornered the Bloodthirsty Lion and it could no longer dodge. Then she used her magic beast Bone-Winged Bat and made one last attack. She even rejoiced at the moment of the attack that she had almost managed to handle the lion. However, in the last instant, Xiao Xingyu appeared with his Black Fang. Black Fang dealt a decisive blow to the Bloodthirsty Lion using the claws of the underworld. Bone-Winged Bat's attack missed its target. Xiao Xingyu had brazenly stolen Mu Rong Xinxin's prey. That seems to be the guy's way of getting all the hate from the audience. Xiao Xingyu is so brazen that he even thanks Xinxin for distracting Bloodthirsty Lion and setting the stage for Xiao Xingyu to appear. Mu Rong Xinxin, deep down, was simply furious at such a guy's antics. However, she managed to keep a cool face. The host immediately notes that there was a rather unexpected turn of events. He notes that Xiao Xingyu's cunning is clearly not lacking. The host even calls Xiao Xingyu a genius of stealthy attacks, and that no matter how you hide, you still can't escape Xiao Xingyu. The host was intrigued, for Xiao Xingyu had stolen a beast from Xinxin and topped the table. However, it was too early to relax, because suddenly a 3-eyed magical ant entered the battlefield. The host could even sense the danger emanating from the ant through the screen. He wondered which of these two would dare to challenge a ferocious creature like the ant. Xiao Xingyu decided to use Black Fang's ability, the Infernal Bond, to begin with. The host immediately comments that Xiao Xingyu is the first to go into battle. He notes that the 3-eyed ant is known for its tough shell. However, the Hell Wolf's fire ignores the armor and still deals damage to this formidable monster. Xiao Xingyu orders Black Fang to finish off the ant and uses the Hell Howl ability. Xinxin decided to join the fight as well. The Bone-Winged Bat used sound waves and prevented Hell Wolf from finishing off her opponent. The girl immediately used necrotic flames and finished off the 3-eyed ant herself. When the girl took away the magic core, Xiao Xingyu admitted that he didn't think the girl was so vindictive. The host warms up the audience because the situation is getting even more heated, as Xiao Xingyu and Xinxin are currently tied on points and sharing the first place. At the same time, there is less than an hour left until the end of the challenge. The host wonders who will win in the end. Like a good host at the end, he suggests that the audience wait for the denouement of the exam. After finding the next monster, Xiao Xingyu orders Black Fang to prepare to enter the battle. However, Xin once again destroys the monster with his bone-winged bat, and thus takes the point out from under the guy's nose. What else did he expect everyone to put up with his antics? Even the host notices that wherever Xiao Xingyu goes, his vengeful rival immediately appears nearby and snatches away his prey. Over the past half hour, Xin had firmly established herself in first place by killing the monsters that Xiao Xingyu kindly found for her. The gap was 8 points. Xiao Xingyu pointed out that although he had stolen one beast from the girl, it did not justify her subsequent behavior. Xin did not particularly like these words. The host heats up the audience by asking if Xin can further increase the gap, or if Xiao Xingyu will be able to catch up to her. The comments on the broadcast continued to be amusing and not so amusing. Someone wondered why Xin had such a hurt look on her face. Someone was happy to see such a drama in front of them. Someone pointed out that the girl was even stronger than her brother. Someone confessed that they couldn't take their eyes off the girl. Someone noted that the future husband of the girl was lucky. And the host kept asking if the audience was as curious as he was about how everything would end. Xiao Xingyu decides that he will no longer give in to Xin and tells her to get ready. The commentators exploded here too. Some pointed out that the guy is a real man. Some said that Mom always said not to hang out with braggarts. And someone expected the girl's reaction and how she would get mad. The presenter also made a shocked face. He wondered if he was the only one who heard it, or if the others had heard it too. Xiao Xingyu admitted that he had been holding back the whole time. With less than half an hour left, the presenter wondered if Xiao Xingyu would have time to return to the top spot. Xiao Xingyu chased after the next monsters. Xin kept up with him. Minutes passed, and the number of monsters killed by these two had already broken all records. The Hell Wolf once again jumped into another of his victims, and Xin couldn't outrun the guy this time. Xin finds another magical beast and notes that in the air, Xiao Xingyu definitely can't beat her. However, even here, Black Fang's attack easily catches up with the magical monster that Xin was chasing. The girl can't even stand it all and calls the guy a scoundrel. Xiao Xingyu notes that there is less than a minute left and that there is no way Xin can defeat him anymore. The girl just calls the guy a real scoundrel. Even the host notes that the outcome is a foregone conclusion, and unless something unexpected happens, Xiao Xingyu will take the first place. Xin called the guy a scoundrel over and over again. Xiao Xingyu even wondered if the girl only knew this word. Suddenly, a monster appeared behind Xiao Xingyu and Xin, which was speeding towards Xiao Xingyu. The host was surprised at what was happening, because how did a fully developed third-form magical beast appear in the battle arena? The beast easily pushed Xiao Xingyu and Black Fang off the cliff. Somehow, Xiao Xingyu was able to snag onto a growing branch on the slope. Xin immediately rushed to help the guy and asked for him to grab her hand while the bone-winged bat covered them at the same time. Just then, his old acquaintance Wang Yan appeared from the bushes. The guy was too much surprised. In the same instant, the branch he was hanging on cracked and Xiao Xingyu began to fall down. Xin only watched helplessly as Xiao Xingyu fell down. There was nothing else she could do but stare in the wake of the falling guy. Meanwhile, in the broadcasting studio, teacher Chen Qinian is angry about these exam twists and turns. He asks the principal for permission to personally go to rescue his students. Principal Su Ruyan asks teacher Chen Qinian not to worry so much because Xin and Xiao Xingyu are also her students, as Principal Su Ruyan will not let anything happen to the students. Chen Qinian at the same moment decides to activate the emergency rescue program through security. Only the Vice Dean Wang Dongsheng did not budge. In the back of his mind, he rejoiced at what had happened and called himself a genius. Just a small trick, and his family's enemy had already gone to the realm of the dead. At the same time, the events at the foot of the mountain from which Xiao Xingyu had fallen earlier. He slowly opened his eyes. He was surprised that he was still alive. The last thing he remembered was Wang Yan and his sinister smirk. It seems Wang Yan had once again decided to frame his father and couldn't hold back to personally witness Xiao Xingyu's death. He slowly stood up and crouched down, still holding his head with his left hand. Xiao Xingyu once again realized that Wang Yan had arranged it all, so Xiao Xingyu decided that this time this scumbag who peed his pants would pay. Turning around and looking at his magic beast, the guy was annoyed and surprised. It looked like Black Fang was badly injured. His magic beast had set its body up to cushion the guy's fall and save him. As if out of nowhere, a bottle of medicinal liquid materialized in Xiao Yu's hand. He opened the bottle and handed it to Black Fang, asking him to drink it, as it would immediately make him feel better. Like all sad stories, it rained at the same second. Xiao Yu hid Black Fang back into the seal and thought about the fact that they needed to find a place to shelter from the rain. After a while, Xiao Yu manages to find a cave where he can take shelter from the rain. Looking out of the cave, Xiao Yu wondered when the rain would stop so he could return. Besides, he didn't want to upset his sister, who was probably worried about him. He also wondered how Xin, who was trying to help him, was doing since she was left alone with that powerful magical beast. Suddenly, he came out of his thoughts as he heard the crunching of a branch. Xiao Yu immediately realized that there was someone else in the cave besides him. Before the guy could react in any way, he was already grabbed with a hand around his throat. The girl said that the guy had seen the Empress's face, which meant that he would have to be killed. Xiao Yu involuntarily used his pseudo-X-ray vision. The system showed that there was a 9-tailed fox in front of him. It had the form of a beast king, first stage. Bloodline, mythical. Eye of the Storm skill, makes any opponent below her level petrified. Skill fire of 9 tails. Burns the soul of an enemy with a powerful mental attack. Attributes, Beastman super strength, fire. Loyalty, 0. Hidden path of evolution. 9-tailed fox, 10-tailed celestial fox, 10-tailed dragon fox. The further hidden evolutionary pathway is not yet known. Xiao Yu was surprised that this was the 9-tailed fox. The 9-tailed fox did not expect that some person knew who it was. Xiao Yu in his thoughts only notices that knowledge won't help him, as against a monster of this level it doesn't stand a chance. The 9-tailed fox decided that the guy should definitely not be left alive and squeezed the guy's throat even harder with her hand. Struggling to utter words, Xiao Yu asks the fox to wait. The guy tells me that he knows that the 9-tailed fox was injured by a purebred dragon. Without treatment, she will die in half an hour. The 9-tailed fox tried to find out how the guy knew about this, but her strength was leaving her and she involuntarily let go of the guy. Xiao Yu decided that this was his chance and tried to use his mark on the 9-tailed fox. The 9-tailed fox from such a bright light immediately covered its eyes. The 9-tailed fox had already started coughing up blood. Xiao Yu realized that the treatment does not need to be delayed. He declares that since he has realized who she is, then any details can't escape him. The system shows that the 9-tailed fox is severely wounded and will die in half an hour without treatment. A purebred dragon inflicted a mortal wound on a 9-tailed fox. Its energy penetrated the body, damaging the heart vessels and causing the blood to flow backwards. Xiao Yu couldn't understand where the purebred dragon came from. After all, this species had been considered extinct for 300 years. First, the guy needed to stabilize the fox's condition. Without further ado, Xiao Yu told the fox that he could save it. The 9-tailed fox is upset by these words after all. What can only 1-star beast tamers do? She doesn't believe that the guy can do such a thing. A pure-blood dragon had inflicted this wound, and as far as the fox knew, even the most outstanding doctors among humans wouldn't be able to cure it. Xiao Yu emphatically points out that her treatment process is not complicated, and he would be able to cure the girl. However, Xiao Yu does not want the 9-tailed fox to kill him once she is cured. Therefore, the guy demands that the 9-tailed fox make a contract with him before he starts the treatment. That's how the guy gets a new pet, the 9-tailed fox. I wonder how surprised his sister and his sister's employer will be. And that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you would like to see a sequel, please like, subscribe to the channel, and leave your wishes in the comments. You can also subscribe to Telegram to know about new videos. Bye everybody.